What if I told you that India's next big export isn't software, it's ideas, maybe even a whole model for growth that could fundamentally reshape the 21st century economy?
That's a powerful statement to start with.
Well, today on the Deep Dive, we're really embarking on this remarkable journey of transformation. Our mission is to explore how India is moving far beyond its past. It's just a global IT service hub.
Right, the old back office image.
Exactly. And how it's rapidly emerging as a legitimate innovation and startup superpower. We'll be drawing directly from the sources you've shared to see how India isn't just participating anymore.
No, it's actively shaping things now.
Yeah, shaping the new global economy. We'll cover its journey from that back office role through major economic shifts, look at some powerful examples, and touch on the global recognition it's now earning.
It's quite a shift. And what's fascinating is just how completely that narrative has changed. For a long time, people thought of India's tech footprint, and yeah, they pictured the world's back office.
The BPO hubs, the call centers.
Exactly. Business process outsourcing, large-scale call centers. And look, that was certainly a crucial phase, foundational even for its economic development back then.
Indeed, that's the image that sticks for many.
Yeah.
But that perception, that then, feels so dramatically different from the now, doesn't it?
Oh, completely different.
So what does the current landscape look like in terms of just sheer raw talent? What's really underpinning this seismic shift?
The now is, well, it's astounding. And it's built on this immense talent pool. India is producing 1.5 million engineering graduates every single year.
1.5 million every year.
Every year. I mean, to grasp that scale, that's more than the entire population of some European countries.
Wow.
But what's genuinely novel here isn't just the quantity. It's a profound shift in capability and ambition, too.
Yeah.
So while the pioneers, TCS, Infosys, Wipro, they laid incredible groundwork in IT services.
The giants.
The giants, yeah. But the current wave is about homegrown product innovation.
Yeah.
Think about companies like Zoho, Freshworks, Zeroda, Razorpay.
All right, these are different beasts altogether.
Totally. They're not just doing service work. They're building innovative products, building services from India for the world, and often really disrupting established markets in the process.
And that leads us right into this massive startup boom we're seeing.
Yeah.
All that talent needs fertile ground, right, to plant ideas and grow something significant.
Absolutely. The ecosystem is crucial.
And this ecosystem is now the third largest globally, only after the US and China. That's a huge leap.
It is a very significant leap.
So beyond just the raw numbers, what's genuinely novel about this wave of startups? What makes them global players? Are they just, copying existing models, or is something else going on?
Yeah, that's where the deeper insight lies, I think. This isn't some future projection. It's happening right now. The numbers are striking. As of 2025, India boasts over 120 unicorns.
Over $120 billion startup.
Exactly. But here's the crucial part. Many of these Indian unicorns aren't just adapting global models. They're pioneering what you might call India-first innovations.
Okay, India first. What does that mean in practice?
It means they're building scalable solutions for uniquely Indian challenges. Think low-cost, high-density markets, or delivering services to vast rural populations, challenges that maybe Western models hadn't quite cracked.
Right, born out of necessity almost.
In a way, yes. And these solutions, built for India's complexity, are now proving surprisingly applicable, even disruptive, in other emerging economies. That's a key differentiator in their global impact.
Okay, give us some concrete examples, ones that really show this global reach and innovative approach.
Certainly. Take Byju's. It's completely redefined EdTech, really, on a global scale, making learning highly accessible, personalized, often using mobile-first strategies which work incredibly well in many markets.
Okay. EdTech. What else?
Or OYO, a hospitality giant. It's expanded operations into, over 80 countries now?
80. How?
By standardizing fragmented budget accommodation, finding a way to bring consistency to a chaotic market, first in India, then taking that model worldwide. And then you have companies like Udaan and Delivery. They haven't just built e-commerce logistics. They've essentially created entirely new supply chain and distribution networks, connecting millions of small businesses, the Kirana stores, the local shops, effectively leapfrogging traditional, often inadequate infrastructure.
So it's diverse then, not just one sector.
Exactly. EdTech, hospitality, logistics, all driven by Indian innovation, often with this unique scalability born from navigating complex domestic markets first.
The growth of these private companies is one thing, definitely impressive, but arguably even more foundational. Something that really impacts daily life for hundreds of millions is its digital public infrastructure,
Ah, yes, the DPI.
often called the India Stack. Can you unpack that a bit?
Yeah, the India Stack is, well, think of it as a set of open APIs. Standardized digital connectors allowing different systems to talk to each other seamlessly, and digital public goods.
Public goods,
Meaning infrastructure provided by the government, often free or very low cost for everyone to build upon. It facilitates identity, data, and payments for the entire nation.
Okay, what are the key parts?
The core components are things like Aadhaar, that unique digital identity for over 1 billion people. Then there's UPI, the Unified Payments Interface, which is transforming payments,
Right.
plus DigiLocker for secure document storage, and eKYC for easy digital identity verification.
Let's talk about UPI for a second. The scale sounds immense.
It is monumental. It now handles over 10 billion transactions per month.
10 billion a month. It's almost hard to really grasp that scale, isn't it?
It is. It's just woven into the fabric of daily life now.
And then you hear that story about the Chaiwala and Varanasi that really brings it down to earth, shows the reach.
Exactly. That example of a tea vendor effortlessly taking QR payments from, say, Japanese tourists through UPI, that's the level of seamless digital integration we're talking about. Financial inclusion at its core.
And it's not just an internal success story, right? This is going global.
It really is. UPI is rapidly being adopted or integrated in places like Singapore, the UAE, France, Sri Lanka.
So other countries are looking at this model.
Absolutely. It's so effective that global figures like Bill Gates have pointed to the India Stack as a potential model for the world.
Which raises a big question for other nations then.
It really does. What specific elements of this open, public, digital infrastructure can they learn from and maybe adapt for their own contexts?
That's a powerful thought. It shows India isn't just catching up, but actually pioneering new models on a massive scale. Okay, let's shift gears a bit.
Sure.
Let's talk about some of the truly bold bets India is making. Cutting-edge fields, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, even space exploration. This isn't just software or startups anymore.
No, this is deep tech, frontier tech.
Exactly. Pushing the boundaries of what's possible, often, it seems, with a distinctly Indian approach.
Indeed. In space, for example, ISRO, India's space agency, achieved that incredible world first with Chandrayaan-3.
Landing on the moon's south pole. No one had done that.
A remarkable feat. And it highlights India's ingenuity achieving these ambitious goals with, frankly, impressive efficiency.
And cost-effectively, too, I hear.
That's the fascinating part that often gets overlooked. India's space missions frequently cost a fraction, sometimes just, 1/10 of what agencies like NASA might spend.
1/10. How?
It reflects an ethos of, frugal engineering, innovation under constraints, making things work reliably without astronomical budgets.
That's innovation in itself.
It absolutely is. And then in artificial intelligence, there's the India AI mission. The goal is to train 1 million young people in AI skills by 2030.
1 million people trained in AI.
It's a huge commitment to future-proofing the talent pool, but also to developing an AI ecosystem that's tailored to India's unique needs and societal context.
Okay, so we have the talent, the startups, the digital foundation, the bold bets. How is the world viewing India through this lens of tech advancement?
Perception.
Yeah.
It matters.
It really does. It's not just internal progress, it's about global recognition and what the sources call tech diplomacy. How is India's rising influence seen on the world stage, especially when tech feels so polarized?
That's a great question. India is increasingly seen, I think, as a tech democracy.
Tech democracy, what does that imply?
Well, unlike some nations where tech advancement might be very centrally controlled or even used for state surveillance,
Right.
India's approach, especially with things like the India Stack, emphasizes openness, user consent, citizen empowerment. It's built differently.
And that builds trust.
It makes it a uniquely trusted partner in this polarized tech landscape. It can bridge relationships with both the West and the global South in a way few others can.
Are we seeing concrete examples of this trust?
Definitely. You're seeing major global companies, Apple, Google, Tesla, not just selling products, but setting up significant operations in India. R&D centers, manufacturing hubs.
Tapping into the talent and the scale.
Precisely. And to connect back to UPI, It's highly significant that Google's GPay, a massive global payment platform, was actually built on top of UPI.
An Indian invention powering a global giant service.
Exactly. It perfectly exemplifies what Satya Nadella, Microsoft's CEO, said. He predicted, India's greatest export will not be code. It will be creativity, resilience, and scalable innovation.
That quote from Nadella really ties everything together, doesn't it? Pulls on all the threads we've discussed today.
It really does capture the essence of this shift.
So let's zoom out. Broader perspective. What does all this mean for you, our listener, and for the global economy overall? Why does India's rise in innovation truly matter on a worldwide scale?
Well, it raises a fundamental question about the future of global power dynamics, doesn't it? And economic balance. India seems uniquely positioned right now
How so?
to potentially fill the vacuum that's emerged in the tech sphere, particularly between the US and China and their sort of tech Cold War.
A middle path.
Perhaps. Democracies around the world are increasingly viewing India as this trustworthy, ethical, and affordable innovation hub, distinct from the other major players.
And that has real economic consequences.
Huge ones. As global supply chains strategically diversify, looking for alternatives, shifting away from heavy reliance on China, India is poised to become potentially the next factory and laboratory of the world.
Factory and laboratory. Combining manufacturing scale with that cutting-edge R&D we talked about.
Exactly. So this isn't just about one country's growth trajectory. It signals a potentially significant rebalancing of global economic and technological power. And that impacts everyone.
What an incredible journey we've tracked today. Seriously. Tracing India's ascent from its origins as the world's back office right up to its current status as a global leader in innovation.
It's been transformative.
We've explored the sheer scale of its talent, the explosion of the startup ecosystem, the frankly groundbreaking impact of the India stack, and these bold ventures into really advanced technologies. It's a story of profound transformation, incredible resilience, and, well, immense potential playing out right now.
And if we consider all of that, everything we've unpacked today, the talent, the digital infrastructure, the global trust, the strategic positioning, it leads to a really powerful question. What does it truly mean for India to be on track, as some suggest, to become the next superpower by 2047?
It is a profound question, isn't it? Because this transformation, it's clearly not just about India's future. It has deep implications for the global economy, for technology, for geopolitics,
Right.
really for decades to come. Something powerful to consider long after this deep dive.